continue watching this video, we kindly advise you to relatively spend quality time on this video as the content I will be transferring is going to require that. You already know the topic, which is quick way towards assimilating English stress. You know what? You're going to be spending a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious and a fantabulous moment with sagacious. There is a phonologist definition which I take very salient, and this is no other person but a person of Gibson. Gibson defines stress in a particular way that is fantabulous as a result of the inclusion of some words that are germane to the definition of the word stress. According to Gibson, a stress level is one upon which there is an expansion in the articulation with relatively great breath, effort, and muscular energy. Basically, stress has to do with the emphasis, the loudness, and the relative force that is applied to a particular syllable, thereby making that syllable more prominent than the other syllable within the word. Stress can actually be indicated in two different ways. One of the way is the usage of diacritical mark, and the second way is the usage of capitalization. For today's objective, we'll be concentrating on polysyllabic words and be using capitalization. Let's be a bit dramatic, and in the process, we'll be learning the concept of prefix as well. Words like anti-dis, establishmentarianism, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and interdenominationalism. Though some of these words are humorous words, funny words, especially the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It are humorous word that was coined by Mary Peter, and it means wonderful, fantastic, and rest. Now, these words, which are anti-dis, establishmentarianism, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and interdenominationalism, if you ask the question that where is the stress placement, what will your answer be? Okay, so starting with anti-dis, establishmentarianism, the word anti-dis, establishmentarianism actually ends with a particular prefix, which is the ISM. So it is important you take note that as regards polysyllabic words, the identification of the stress position is always determined by the suffix you actually have in the word. Okay, so the suffix will give you an insight of where the stress placement should be. The second point is that to every rule there is always an exception. Despite the realization of the suffix, you still need to be considerate of some factors that could ignite the exception in that word. Factors like the prefix and the shoe sound. So I will be using the word anti-dis, establishmentarianism as an example. Likewise, the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious as an example, and the word interdenominationalism. All these words, the first two words, which end with ISM, and which is anti-dis, establishmentarianism and interdenominationalism, they end with ISM. And the rule implies that words that end with ISM are tend to be stressed on the very first syllable, okay? The very first syllable that begins the word. So you expect to spell the word anti-dis, establishmentarianism on the very first syllable, which is anti. Likewise, the word inter and in interdenominationalism. But simply because this word happens to be prefix, you have to shift it. So these are some of the concepts I'll be working on into this video. Okay? Commit those words to memory. Anti-dis, establishmentarianism, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Right, let's get to the concept in this video is going to be introduced with verbs. And in the process of explaining the verbs, I will be dropping some melodic pattern, just to ensure or propel quick assimilation. So the first rule is based on the fact that there are some specific suffix that requires the words to be stressed second syllable from the end of the word. So these suffix are IUN, IC, IEL, IEN, OUS. Okay, so the rhythmic pattern or the melodic pattern here is IUN, IC, IEL, IEN, OUS, IUN, IC, IEL, IEN, OUS. So committing the melody to memory will actually enable you it will actually increase assimilation. When you come across questions related to that in examination, you don't have issue with it. You get it? We have to take it again. IUN, IC, IEL, IEN, OUS. Okay, now let's move to the second principle for today. Principle 2. The second principle, it has to do with words that are stressed third syllable from the end of the word. There is a rhythmic pattern to this. as well. That will also increase the rate of assimilation. Okay, so the suffix, just as I said earlier, suffix often determine the stress placement. The suffix are phy, he, cy, ium, al, ant, ent, ical, ify, ity, ogy, and ence. Okay, so the rhythmic pattern to this is phy, ate, cy, ium, al, ant, ent, ifyt, ogy, ence. What do you think about that? Melodious? Oh, come on, cough it. All right, so we're taking a few examples on the PHY, ET, and the rest. So as regard PHY, we have words like photography. Take note of the stress placement. Photography. So the word photography is stressed third syllable from the end of the word on the word toe. Okay, so we also have the ATE as well. Matriculate, the word throw is stress. Okay, so we have the word CY as well. Democracy, the word mo, the syllable rather, mo is stress. We also have the word IU, the suffix IUM, and word equilibrium, condominum, and some other words. So the stress is actually placed on do. And the next suffix is AL. We have it in words like conversational, intentional, the stress, the Slavic stress placement are say and ten respectively with those words conversational and intentional. All right, for the suffix ant, we have it in words like important, participant. So in important, you have the stress on RN. In participant, you have the stress on TI. So as regard the suffix ENT as well, we have in words like environment, advertisement. As for environment, the stress falls on the VI because it's still from the end of the word. It's applicable to practically all the words. And as for the advertisement as well, it is the stress falls on the, okay, VER. All right. As regard the ICAL, we have the words like geographical, identical. So as for geographical, the stress placement is on the syllable gra, and as for the identical, the stress placement is on the syllable den. Okay, so let's move quickly from that to IFY. As for the IFY, we have it in words like identify and intentional. Also belong with this principle, identify and intentional. As for the identify, we have it in the word then. As for the intensify, we have it in the word ten as well, respectively. As for the suffix ify, we have it in words like intensify, third syllable from the end of the word, ten. And moving from that to the next suffix, which is ogy. As for the ogy, we have the words like apology, so the stress falls on the word po, po. And we also have the words cosmology, cosmology. So we have in words more. Okay, for the ence, which happens to be the last suffix there, we have the words independence. Now, I want you to take notes of something in independence. The first syllable from the end of the word for independence is the "the," or simply because the word "indi" happens to be our prefix, so you have to shift the stress placement from the "the" to "pen." I explained that earlier as well, so kindly take note of that. The rhythmic pattern once again reads PHY, ATE, CY, IUM, ALENT, ENT, ICALIFYT, OGY, ENCE. Are we good? Now let's move to the third principle for today. The third principle is asked with suffix like EE, EER, ESE, ESQUE, and ETTE. Words ending with this suffix are stressed on the very last syllable. Okay? So we have it in words like PE, referee, volunteer, and many other words like that. Now let's move from that to the next principle for today. So principle focuses on suffix such as the OR slash ER, the IVE, the UR, and the BLE. So the point here is that suffix ending with this letter combinations, they are stressed fourth syllable from the end of the word. Starting with the OR slash ER, we have words like generator, and you observe that the word gener is actually stressed. Moving to the next one, which is the UHI, you have words like architecture, okay? So the next word is IVE, the next suffix rather, is IVE. You have words like the decorative, and you also have words like the suffix barely, you have the words like favorable. So moving from that to the last principle in today's video. The last principle for today's video actually centers on where stress on the very first syllable from the beginning of the word, not from the end of the word this time around. Okay, so we have suffix like ise slash ize. We have example like denaturalize, ship. You have the words like partnership. So this suffix, when you have words with this suffix, they are stressed fourth syllable from the end of the word. Other suffixes include the ARE. You have in words like the dictionary, the helpline. You have in words like deductively rather. You have in words suffix like ing, captivating, words like ISN, feudalism, suffix with ist, nationalist. So all these words are meant to be stressed, especially if you don't have prefix in the word on the very first syllable from the beginning of the word. So that is exactly where we're going to end the lecture for today. In case you have any question, your thought, let that be realized in the comment box. Kindly do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do well also to turn on the notification button to receive videos as soon as it is uploaded. Thank you so much for watching the video. Sagacious Cares. Bye bye. Wait, before starting a supercalifragilistic expialidocious and